Grand Rising. We're talking about why changing your vibration matters in order for you to get the reality that you want. Why is that so important, and how do we do it? We're going to learn that today, so if you want to listen to this live, that's what we're talking about. This hair is getting on my nerves. Grand Rising, everybody that's joining. Yeah, so people always ask, well, like, how do I change my reality? How do I change my vibration? Why is this happening? Hi, what's up? How we doing? If we want high energy, this is the place for Monday Grand Rising. We're not going to say Monday morning because we're not morning. We're rising. Hi. So I have a couple of things to talk about, and obviously why changing your vibration matters, and how does that change your reality? Let me ask you a question. Anna, I'll get back to you after this live. Let me ask you a question. When you go and you get a haircut, how do you feel after you get a haircut? Do you feel like more positive? Do you feel sexier? Do you feel like, damn, I look good? That is changing your vibration. We're just like these boxes of energy. And our energy box changes all day long. You could be having the most amazing day, and then someone cuts you off, and then it changes what? What does it change? It changes your vibration. So this is why we have to be careful about outside factors, allowing outside factors to change our vibration. Because that means you're handing your power, you're handing your electrical charge away to somebody else to be able to change your reality. One of the 4 agreements is don't take anything personal, right? Who's read the 4 agreements? I haven't in a long time, but I'm pretty sure don't take things personal is one of them. No matter what someone else does, that is a reflection of what? It's a reflection of them, but it's a reflection of their vibration, where they vibrate. So that's why it's so important that we can't allow other people to change our vibration. Like, think about how powerful someone else, or how powerful you allow someone else to be in your reality, that you allow them the chance to change your vibration, which means they are literally altering your reality. So it is one of them, thank you. So someone cuts you off, or someone gives you the finger while you're driving, and then you get all flustered. It's a random stranger you'll never see again. And you literally just allowed that person to alter your vibration. It's like, wow, am I like that pathetic? Because it's pathetic if you allow someone to make you happier, make you sadder, more sad, or make you angry, less angry. Like, of course, there's people that, now one of the questions of today is, are you a person that lifts energy, or are you a person that drains energy? Ask yourself this question. Are you someone who walks into a room and people are just like, oh, so-and-so is here? Or are you a person that walks into a room and be like, oh my God, I know this person is going to complain about something. I know that something's probably going wrong in their life. Where do you fall? It's just a vibration that we give off. Am I someone who lifts people, or am I someone that just comes in the room and just adds to the noise and adds to the confusion, or adds to just complaining? That's what you have to decide, is what energetic stamp you want to bring to wherever that you go. So again, why changing your vibration? So going back to the first question is about your hairstyle. When you change your hairstyle, it actually changes your vibration. Because you're like, oh my God, you feel more confident. You feel that you look better. When you look better, you feel better. Feeling is the secret to manifestation. So if you're a person that often complains about things, thinks that they never get anything that they want, thinks that life is so hard all the time, your reality can only reflect that. So changing your appearance is one thing, not number one, but it's one thing and way of how you can change your vibration to start attracting the things that you want. If you go and you go shopping or something like that, why do you feel good about that? Most people do. Some people are just like, oh, I just spent all this money. So that's a whole different thing that we're talking about here, okay? If you wear something new, or if you clean out your closet and get rid of all the things that no longer serve you or that you no longer vibe with, that changes your vibration. I definitely strive to lift people. I still need to strengthen my unfuckwithable muscle because I still sometimes let peeps piss me off. And we're human, so that's always going to happen. The idea of this is like not to just do it so perfectly, not to just do this life so perfectly, but to just do the things that align with you. Even if it pisses other people off, or even if it makes other people feel uncomfortable, do what aligns with you. Live your greatest and highest life or timeline. And there's going to be people that don't agree with it because they're not on the same journey as you. There's going to be people that are intimidated by the changes you're making. There's going to be people that are jealous of the way that you're doing things and your life is happier or more positive or you're making more money or whatever that it is. But you're not here to please other people. It's not because you're here to hurt other people or anything like that, but you're not here to please others. So if we are a people pleaser and we want to change our vibration, this happens all the time. When you start to shift and change your vibration to a higher space where it is for your greatest good, there are going to be people who will never do this work because they don't want to, they're too lazy, and they don't think that it's really as powerful as it is. They'll always remain in the same space. They'll always remain at the same bar at the same time, talking about the same shit year after year after year. They'll be in a job that they don't like. They won't have the dream life that they wish that they could have. And as you're rising, oh, you changed. You seem different. There will be people that will try to bring your vibration down to theirs. If you are a high vibrational person or becoming a high vibrational person, and then you go back into the company of others who stay in this low vibrational space, the survival paradigm that you hear me talk about all the time, the person with the higher vibration, in order to calibrate with the lower vibration person, the lower vibration person doesn't rise up to meet you. Your vibration is actually lowered to meet the person with the lower vibration. The lower vibration person doesn't rise to meet you because they don't know how to do it. So you often will then shrink yourself to make other people happy. So when you're learning to shift your vibration and when you are changing it, there's going to be people in your old vibration that they ain't coming with you. They're just not. And you have to accept that. And there's a lot of times where it's people you're close to or best friends or spouses or whatever it is. And once you shift and change, you're just like, I don't think I have anything in common with people anymore. That's why if I don't want to go somewhere because I don't like the vibration of the people that are going to be there, I hate going. And no one's going to change it. Oh, well, you should go because, nope, I'm not going. I don't care who it is. And the people that are closest to me know that. They know not to even ask me about certain things because I'm not going. So if you want, and this is not about avoiding people or avoiding life. It's shifting and changing with your growth, your evolution. And there's just some people that don't belong in your new reality. And unfortunately, a lot of times it is people that you're in a relationship with or people that you're close to. But you have to be willing if you want, and again, it's not avoidance. It's just you're willing to do the work for your life and your new timeline that you want to live on. If you want to be so successful and you hang around with unsuccessful people, unfortunately, they're probably going to have to get left behind unless they really want to learn with you and evolve with you. But most of the time, people don't. I've gone through this recently in life. I messed up on myself. Reason why I moved from the state of Oahu. I'll miss it, but too many low vibrational people. And that's just a part of growth. Unfortunately and fortunately, it is a part of growth that everyone cannot go with you. I left a lot of people behind in my life. And sometimes I'm just like, I feel so crazy because I sometimes feel that I'm just like, wow, it's like you turn around and there's just so many people that are gone from your reality. But I've learned to shift and change with it and flow with whatever way I'm going. Because for me, I don't settle for mediocrity with anything. I'm a psycho perfectionist and I just like things in life a certain way. I always dreamed big, and friends from when I were little, they're like, you're crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm going to move to LA. Yeah, I'm going to, do shows in New York. Yeah, I'm going to be on TV and all this stuff. And they could not, their mindset could not fathom that I could get out of the neighborhood or that they could leave. And so these are people that were literally like my family that they're not in my life anymore. But I allowed shift, change, and growth. And a lot of people will just stay where they are because they're afraid of thinking big, because they're like, if I think big and then I don't get it, then I'm just going to be a failure. But in my mindset, there is no such thing as failure. I get what I want. And when you have that mindset, it shifts reality, because your reality can only match the things that you believe to be true about yourself. Let me see some comments. Do you ever bring your vibration down to someone else's lower vibration? Of course I have. And sometimes it still happens and you don't even realize it. And before you realize that it happens, you're like, oh my God, like my life has changed so much because this person has been in it. And then I'm like, okay, no. We're going to erase that out of the book and we're going to recreate. It happens. It happens that you fall for people that live in a low vibrational space. It happens that you want to be the person that helps bring them up. But it's not your job. It's not my job. I've always been the empath, the caretaker, the person that wants to save every fucked up man. Come over here. I got something for you. My whole life has been surrounded with men that were broken. I'll fix you. Come over here. Those days are over, fam. Okay? So, if you're a broken man and you have mommy issues, this ain't the place to come and get rehab anymore. And a lot of us do these things because of many reasons. Because of our subconscious programming, because of all these things. But changing your vibration. Once you start to shift and change your vibration, you understand who you are, what you do, and why you do it. That's your subconscious programming. And once you're able to change, like, oh, I always attract these type of men, or I always attract these type of women, or I always get cheated on, or I always get left. Those are subconscious abandonment issues. Those are subconscious self-worth issues. And where do they come from? They come from our childhood. If we had a father or mother that wasn't around, if we had people that tell you you'll never amount to anything, if you had something really bad happen that you might have done, you had that program that I'm just no good. And so you attract that to your reality every single day, unknowingly. I don't think any of us are walking around like, I can't wait to have a shitty day today. No. Some people do because that's what they expect. But that expectation comes from a subconscious programming and belief system that someone installed in you somewhere. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe someone told you you're fat and ugly and you'll never get a man or a woman. Maybe someone told you, oh, you have like a little chunk here. And it was harmless. And maybe someone said that to you when you were a kid. And so from then on, you had weight problems because that thing impressed your subconscious mind to such a degree that it literally changed your vibration permanently, because you don't know how to do this work because we're not taught it. Because if we were taught our own power, we wouldn't need anybody. Government, doctors, we wouldn't need anything. Because we would know that we have that inner guidance system ourselves. I think some people find serious comfort in having a shitty day. And they do. That's the whole thing, is like people that expect to have a bad day always will. And so they just expect it, and then they just live in their misery. Oh my God, how are you today? Oh, today was so bad. I had a headache, and then I was driving to the store, and I spilled my coffee all over. You know these type of people. They're not allowed in my reality. And if they are in my reality and they start to complain, I'm going to tell them right off the bat. Do you realize why your day is like this? What are you talking about? Because everything that you talk about is negative. That's what I'm talking about. They enjoy it. When people say misery loves company, I mean, you know people that just, they hang around all the same type of people as them. Like attracts like, whether we like it or not. So if you keep attracting the same type of partner over and over again, it's not them, it's you. Like, I kept attracting broken men all the time. It wasn't them, it was me. I didn't have anybody to blame. And unfortunately, it's the people in our life from when we are children that program us. But as adults, it becomes our job to do the reprogramming. That's it. You can blame anybody you want. All my parents abused me, or this happened and that happened. Yes, it's unfortunate. But we chose this life. The parents, a lot of situations. But when we shift and change our vibration in the years to come, our life shifts with it. There are so many people that you've seen documentaries on that like had this horrible life where they were really abused and all this other stuff. And they became these really successful, incredible human beings because why? They did the work on their mindset. Do you think there needs to be a focus on healing childhood wounds or only a focus on reprogramming our subconscious mind only? Well, our subconscious programming is from the childhood wounds. We can't have the subconscious programming of I'm not worthy or whatever that it is. I'm not good enough. I'm a victim or poverty mindset. You know, when you hear your parents constantly fighting about money, you grow up with a poverty mindset. You believe money is hard to come by. You believe that money is so hard to make. So childhood wounds, subconscious programming are basically one and the same because you can't have like one without the other. So I would go to the subconscious programming and figure out what your I am is, which is why I love to teach the I amness, because when you figure out what your I am is, that is what you live from. That's what your three-dimensional reality is created from. I think Tiffany is in here. Tiffany is a theta healing, I don't know if you want to, practitioner. And she's absolutely amazing. And what she gets to the root of is your I amness that is lodged in your cells. It's lodged in your organs. And hi Tiff! She goes into a meditative state and she literally can feel, see exactly what your I am is. And she talks about things that you haven't thought about in years, but they're in there still. They are living you. They are creating you. Okay? Yay, I love it, Tiff. They are literally creating your reality. So she is able to transmute that energy. Like, guys, hit up Tiffany, follow her. It's incredible. So when I talk about this and maybe you don't really understand, and if you book a session with Tiffany, you'll get it. Because she will tell you things about yourself that literally have not come up for years and years and years. The trauma still lives in you and it is creating you. Law of assumption. Assume that which you believe to be true. You just assume it. Tiffany, where is she? Tiffany doesn't teach it. She does sessions on it. And she is able to transmute the energy that you're holding on to so that it doesn't still live you, literally. TiffanyNicole.co is her, I'll just pin her thing here. So go follow Tiffany and book a session with her. I haven't done a session, Tiff. We're overdue. But your I amness is really what drives your reality. And your I amness are things that you, like I said, you haven't thought about in 100 years. Karen's been to Tiffany. There's a couple of you guys that have done sessions with Tiffany. Multiple sessions with her. Karen, can you give an experience about your session? I coach around it, but I do the deep subconscious reprogram on every timeline. Releasing all suppressed trauma, emotions, disease, beliefs, etc. There is, in all the things that I've done, there is nothing that works like theta healing. Like, I've done hypnosis and things, and the hypnosis, that kind of thing is good. But what Tiffany does and the realizations that she allows you to have because of the things that she tells you from your own subconscious beliefs is just incredible. And it's really one of the, if not the fastest way to get rid of your limiting beliefs. It is amazing. It truly, truly is. So go back to changing your vibration. And Tiffany will, like Theta Healing, what Tiffany does allows you to change your vibration. Change your vibration, change your life. It's not magic, it's not trickery. It's just what we are. If I walk around as a stereo system that plays hip hop music all day, what is the only way that I can change the station to country music? Is by changing the vibration, changing the wavelength. If hip hop music is on 102.1 and country is on 96.5, I have to change the energy and shift the vibration or the wavelength. It's the same thing with us. If I'm on a vibration where I just attract poverty and I have no money all the time and I'm constantly broke, in order for me to get to a different reality, I have to do what? I got to change my vibration. It's not magic. It's what emanates from you all the time. When you're not even consciously thinking of it, you're just energy. If you don't have energy in your body, you're dead. Bean Patch Seeds, it's simply frequency tuning. We are tuning our frequency to the life that we want. But how do I do that? Like I said, you change your clothes. If you wear a new outfit, how you look. If you get dressed up to go somewhere, even if you're not going anywhere. Like I get up, I told you guys I get up, I do my vibration plate, and I do a bunch of other things. I do my skincare. I will spray my organic perfume. Even if I'm not leaving the house anytime soon, if I smell good and I know that I look good, my vibration is different. My vibration is higher. So if I want to continue to change things in my life, I got to change some things around me and within me. I got a huge apartment space. I changed my reality. And I manifested this. I was just like, my energy was just like, you outgrew this place. You outgrew this place. You can't grow here. You can't grow here. And I knew that. I knew it. But after Leo left, I was like, I'm not leaving this apartment. I can't leave this apartment where his energy is. I can't leave it. And then right under my feet, I didn't get a lease renewal for that space. And I called down to the office and I said, where's my lease renewal? They said, oh, we leased your apartment. I never signed a new lease. I never gave them 60 days notice that I was leaving. So to their fault, they literally already leased the apartment I was currently living in. That's 2 doors down from here. Oh, you said you wanted the 2-bedroom. I said, I didn't sign anything. I didn't hear from you guys for 3 months. Fast forward, the person that moved out a couple days before my lease was up. They left the doors unlocked in this unit after they repainted it. So I was literally living in here before I was even in here because I needed to feel the energy. I was like, okay. And then it just made me so happy to be in here. There's so much more light. There's so much more room. And I have to be honest with you, it was a huge adjustment when I finally moved in here, that there was so much space in here that I was just like, do I belong in here? Me, the person that teaches manifestation, I was like, this is so big. What do I do in here? There's so much space. I was just used to being in this tiny little, cocoon in there. But my mind, my subconscious, everything was telling me, you can't be in here anymore. You cannot grow in this space. Just like they say about the shark in the fish tank. The shark will only grow to the size that it's comfortable in the fish tank. It can't continue to grow to 8 feet long if it's in a 2-foot fish tank. And that is us. We can only grow to the capacity that we allow ourselves to grow. So I was literally shoved out of that apartment, and I made a huge stink about it, and I was like, you're going to have to figure it out because I'm not leaving this apartment. I wrote a legal document to them. I did the whole shebang. And I talked to my sister. She's like, I'm sorry, but you have to leave that apartment. Leo's coming with us wherever we go. And when I moved into this space, the chair with Leo's thing, which is right here, with his picture, with his collar, I brought that in first. And I said, Mom, this is where we're going to live now. And it's literally 20 feet down the hall. But when your body and everything in you is ready for the upgrade, sometimes you'll get shoved, whether you want to go or you don't. Exactly. The universe said, time for you to expand. and I have expanded. And then I manifested her. So I'll tell you guys about that story. There was a estate sale. There was an estate sale like 2 weeks ago, and it was all like weird shit. Like on the main line up here, like it's all like really wealthy people that like boring shit. And there was a heart probably this big. It was an amethyst, this purple, gorgeous piece, like right when you walk in to their house. So I was like, nobody's gonna want that. Like I'm getting it. Like that's mine. I don't care how much it is. Like I'm getting it. So my sister and I get to this estate sale like an hour and a half after it started. The only thing left that you could have bought was the wall. The entire house was empty and it was a mansion. So I was like, these fuckers somebody bought this amethyst. So I was like, I was really disappointed because I'm like, why didn't I get this? Like I manifested this. And then two weeks later, I find this estate sale store, like a different one that I usually go to. Gigantic place. It was 6:03 p.m. I go and try to go in. It closes at 6. So I saw these illuminated, huge crescent moon, like it looked like Chinese lanterns. They were so cool. So I was like, okay, I'm going back tomorrow. She was sitting there. She was sitting on the, hold on one second, on live. She was sitting on a desk and I was like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. I didn't know what kind of stone it was. And it was $400. So I was looking around the store looking for other things. So I was like, I don't care. I want to get this. And I was like, are all these things priced as is? And he's like, if it's here for a month, it's 25% off. If it's here for 2 months, it's 50% off. So that thing was $200. So I was like, okay, I'm taking it. Like that was my manifestation. My manifestation was I wanted a crystal piece that was going to stand out and that was going to be immaculate in here. So the purple one was not meant for me. And I was mad and I was disappointed. I was like, but I manifested this. Like, why? Because this was coming into my reality. And then someone named DJ sent me a message and said, this piece is in or from a New York gallery. It's a Zimbabwe artist, which the goofy guy in the store was like, oh, this is some Zimbabwe artist. He drops off like crystal things all the time. So the person that follows me sent me this screenshot. This was from Hemingway Gallery or something like that in New York City it's an African gallery with artwork. The price tag on this piece is $5,000. It's a stone called dolomite. So there she is up there. So I literally manifested a piece that is normally $5,000 and I got it for $200. Can you see it more closely? Yes. Let's see it more closely. She's tall. Like you can't see all the details or whatever, but she is just completely carved out of stone and she's probably like 24 inches high, maybe. That thing is so heavy, I couldn't lift it. And I'm really strong. And I was really surprised I almost dropped it on the floor. I literally almost dropped it trying to put it on that counter. I was like, holy shit, like what is this? And then I looked up the spiritual meaning of it. And it was just like, I can't even tell you everything that I need in my life right now that dolomite stone represents. $5,000 price tag. I got it for $200. So I'm like, okay, fine. That was what I was supposed to get. And I was still pissed about this amethyst, this heart. I started looking them up online. They're like $2,800, $10,000, crazy price tag. So I was just like, I forgot. I just dropped it, right? So universe, set it and forget it. I've manifested things and people months later or years later. I'm like, well, that wasn't the fuck what I wanted. Because I wasn't specific enough and I thought that it was what I wanted. By the time I was ready for it, I didn't want it anymore. Not that I didn't want that, but I was just like, okay, I let go of the amethyst, but it's still in the back of my mind, like I want this crystal, like I have to find the perfect piece. Hello, perfect piece. So, that changes my vibration. So everything in here, my wall's not, I have a huge piece for my wall. Like everything in my space represents something that shifts and changes my vibration. So again, going back to changing your vibration. What does your space look like? What is your home like? Are you like sad or depressed every time you go in it? Is there broken shit everywhere? Like how does your home make you feel? Because like my home, I'll show you that there's Leo. I mean, there's all just different like unique things. The bird cage is up there again. That literally just shift and change my vibration. This is all me. The person that moved into my apartment, I had to knock on the door because there was packages in the old mailbox. And she's like, how did you, decorate? Like, I'm trying to think. And I said, come in my place. So I brought her in here and she's like, oh my God, like, where did you get all this stuff? And everything about me is, I have the doors. They're going to be in the second bedroom, and that's going to be my studio space. But for me, I have to find like one piece and then build around it. And in my studio space, I haven't found the piece yet. Whether it's a rug or a couch or something. I haven't found that yet. So I can't build around something because my brain doesn't work that way, because everything to me has to have a certain vibration. Everything. So I'm not just going to place something somewhere to put it somewhere. Everything, like even behind me, like they all have meaning. All of the symbolism in my place, there's a unicorn right here, are symbols of power. Why? Because my energy is strong. I want to keep it strong. I want to feel good in the space that I'm in, because if I don't feel good in the space that I'm in, which I didn't feel good in the space that I was in anymore. Yes, it was my home. Yes, it was where Leo and I had so many amazing memories, but I couldn't grow anymore there. And every time I was in there, I felt small. So changing your energy, or changing the way that your room is, if you can't afford to move, or if you can't afford to buy new things, change where things are in your home. Look up feng shui and see if the places where even your bed is posted, where your couches are. Like, think of all these things in ways that you could change the energy if you don't have the money to change like the actual space. Not everything has to cost something. Go in your closet and get rid of things that hold energy that no longer are part of your vibration. Even if that means you have less, if you're not wearing the shit and it's been in there for years, you ain't gonna wear it. I had like 3 or actually probably 4 huge bags of shoes, clothes, and I literally put them in my trash room, and within 20 minutes, the bags were gone. Someone else took them. It will be for somebody else. The furniture stuff that I didn't want anymore, I put it in that room. Again, I went back down, bringing stuff. It was gone. So someone else will benefit from those things. If you move, rearrange 12 items in your space, the vibration will change. Even the way things that are arranged on your table, or decorations, or picture frames, take one and put it somewhere else. Take one of your plants and move it around. Don't underestimate a death, new paint color, and throwing out 50% of your junk in your bedroom. Yes, I change things around in my home all the time to keep the energy from getting stagnant. Guys, stop being pervs in here. We don't have time for that today. Fresh new paint. Just doing your hair differently. Wearing something that you haven't worn maybe in a long time. Wearing a different necklace. Like I usually have my 3 necklaces on. And I wore my diamond pendant. Like I had this idea in my head. I was like, I want like a gray diamond pendant. And I'm buying it for myself. And I found it in Neiman Marcus and I bought it. And it's like, okay. This is how I'm shifting the energy today. I'm putting this heart on. Right? So changing your vibration is literally changing your appearance, changing maybe the way that you smell, changing the way that you wear your clothing, cleaning out your car, even your trunk. You don't see what's in your trunk, but you know there's a lot of shit in it. Shifting and changing the energy of your space is shifting and changing the energy of your life. Okay? You can't really see this heart. It's gold, and then it's all these, I don't know, whatever color, like gunmetal diamonds on it. But I wanted like a statement piece that, again, will change my vibration. When I wear this piece, I feel different, right? because it's a powerful piece. I decorate for each month or season because it's fun. My sister does too. Like, she goes crazy. She's like, you don't have any Halloween decorations. I'm like, and I'm not going to. Like, the whole house, her house is decorated with like this gorgeous Halloween decor. And she loves doing that. But I just don't put emphasis on certain things like that. Not because it's not important, but that changes her vibration. Her and her husband love the seasons and holidays, and that changes their vibration. I could care less. It doesn't change my vibration in here. I could care less about that kind of stuff. But what do you do for your vibration? What helps you to feel happier? What helps you to feel more expansive? Hopefully this is helpful. I love you all. I was supposed to read from the inner work today, and I just was rambling on, so I didn't. If you have questions about stuff, let me know. Send me a DM. I love you, Melissa. So, have an amazing, I'm not going to say week because we're not weak. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of the days of the calendar. Maybe we could say that instead, because they like to invert all of our English language so that we remain powerless because they're sick and evil fucks. So, have an amazing day. And I will catch up with you guys this week. If you need to watch this again, watch it again. I have to read books. I've read the same pages over and over again for a long time. And it's still eventually like one word will just click. And I'm just like, oh shit, yes. So I'll see you all this week. Love y'all. Adios.